Just got on this Merlot and Andrew's been on it for the first hour this morning. It's lovely and warm. Anyway, Anne's here for straw, so I'm going to go and load her up. It's cold and wet, but because the straw's got hay caps on it, all I need to do is lift the top bale off and not actually get off out the cab. Once I've lifted the top bale off, I'll just get the ones underneath it then. Whereas if they were sheeted up, I'd be messing around trying to undo a sheet. The other option is you obviously store them in a shed, but all the sheds are full of either grain or tractors. That one there's got a little bit of a mark in it because it's obviously not been pushed up enough, tight enough. I'll just show you this, that's perfect there. This pack here though was leaning out slightly so they weren't buttered up, so a little bit of water ran in, so it looks bad, but it's only soaked in a couple of inch. The rest of the bale's absolutely perfect, but it's only because that's doing the same. We should put bookends in, we should put bales the other way to hold them so they don't fall forwards, because you've got a gap there now between that bale and that hay cap, and that's when you get this sort of line in them. So it's important when you stack them to make sure that they're always tight and square, and then they're perfect like that then. Yeah, if you stack them properly and put them in nice neat piles, they're as good as the day they were baled. You just got to make sure that you get the ends square and the caps square and them all pushed up tight. Something tells me that the barley might not grow in this corner. It's quite compacted because we were turning the grain trailer, the straw trailers round on there. But we'll see what happens. The rest of the field's relatively dry. That's where we sowed the barley the other day. There's the plough. Should have oiled it up really when it finished, but our ground soon scrubs the rust off. Oh, missed him, I was too slow, but Andrew's loading the digger up with the grab on to go and move some trees that fell over. He gets a bit twitchy when he goes up the ramps, I think. And then when you slew round now, you feel like you're just going to tip off the trailer, but you don't. Just to get over this way a little bit, I think. That track's hanging off and that one's on there. Shuffling it over now. That's probably better now. I think it overhangs about 2 inches either side. It's alright that. I think rainbow over the straw pile. So Big Red has been on charge overnight. I'm going to put the battery terminal back on and we'll see if it wants to start. Our survey says nope. There's obviously some issue going on with this electrically. You can hear a bit of a click. I don't know whether it's the starter jammed or the solenoid. But when I put the battery terminal on, there was a slight spark, which you shouldn't really get if the ignition's turned off. So, a bit more investigation needed. I think what I'll do, I'll put my battery tester on the battery, get someone to turn the key and see if it's dropping right off. Because it might be the other battery as well, I don't know. But the police are on the way onto motorbikes and we're going to go through the tractor run route with them, so I'll have to play a bit later. I think we really need to finish that gutter off. It's a proper miserable wet day today. I'm just waiting for the police motorbikes. They're going to park on the office car park so they don't get them dirty. So I'm just still in the shed by the boiler, trying to keep warm. Glad I'm not driving a motorbike today. Oh, you can hear that, but it's hailstoning really, really badly now. Look at the floor, all blowing in the shed. I hope the good riders on their motorbikes. It's getting worse, the yard is now going white. Look at that. Beast. Right, we've called from the police. This is how to drive in a convoy. So anyone that's taking part in the tractor convoy, you need to listen to this and pay attention.
Okay, so nice and simple. All we need you to do is keep it really simple and stay within the tyre direction of the tractor in front. So what you're going to find is, if you want to just move in there. So
I'll split the camera. Let me flip the camera.
Road. You got your tractor 1 and tractor 2.
Yeah.
Go in a northerly direction. Keep within the tyres of the tractor in front. What you're going to have a number of, you've got up to 10 police motorcycles coming past you at any one point, and they will be going left and right. Don't move across lanes and cut them off, because what we'll find is, if we find this situation, we're going to get the bikes to come in, back out again, and it causes a real issue, a real danger. Stay within the lane of the tractor in front. If and when there's a right hand turn coming up, I'll just draw this really rough,
Yeah.
like that. Okay, what I don't want to see is, I don't want to see tractors coming up, the first one coming and doing the right hand turn, the next one drifting across and taking it too shallow. Stick within the same lines as the tractor and follow it nice and neatly around to the right or the left.
Yeah, so I'll know what to do. So basically, pretend you're driving on a field or lines in the sand. So I'll be at the front following the police car. The police car will basically draw on the road imaginary lines like he's driving in sand, exactly where everyone's to follow. So if you see everyone getting over to the right-hand lane, don't get over to the right-hand lane till the vehicle in front of you gets into the right-hand lane, because that could close this gap and the motorbikes can't get up the inside. So if you imagine we're approaching this T-junction here and we're coming up, eventually everyone's going to start moving over. But if you see them moving over and you're down here, don't move over until you get to the point where everyone else moved over. So all pretend that the tractor in front of you is painting the floor like a line, and you follow it exactly in their tracks. If it's raining, it'll be dead easy, because you'll see the watermarks, and just all step change at exactly the right time, and keep as close a gap as possible that's safe. Because if you imagine the tractor convoy is a 1.5 miles long, but then everyone leaves a gap twice the size of the tractor, then suddenly we're 3.5 miles long. So we need to keep that gap as tight as safely possible. And then we give the motorbikes room to get up the sides of us. You won't really cross between us, will you?
No, I won't go between, because we'll stick to either the left or the right hand side of it, and they will have the emergency lights lit as well. So you will see them. You just need to keep an eye out in your mirrors, just in case they do come up, because they don't hang around. We need to jump ahead to make sure the junctions ahead are completely safe and the pedestrians are on the side. So just before you do any change of lanes, check your mirrors.
We'll go through this again on the day of the track run, but I want everyone to know exactly what's expected of them on the day. So that's it. Sound well, them bikes. Hope they don't slip on the mud. It's a bit muddy. I've had the meter on both batteries, and when he turns the key, the meters don't even drop. So something somewhere isn't clicking in. So it must be some sort of solenoid, we think, or a relay, or a fuse gone. Just walking off. He was robbing to it, and it didn't roar. Don't know what he's done. What was it? Main shift lever. Make contact with the switch. I wobbled that loads the other day though. It's running now. Apparently it was this, not fine in neutral, but we did wobble that the other day. I think you can even see in the video. Tom's wobbling at the same time, but we couldn't get it to start anyway. It has now. Might be that switch on the way out. Probably like in the back smoke. Get Greta excited. A bit of power. Rob's been putting these stickers on as well, so that looks a lot better now, because if imagine it was all falling off, so he's got to put the bonnet panel back on, and then he's done that one as well. Needs to sort that out. It's a bit scabby. Nowhere near as good as that. Andrew's giving a quick low loader a swill off. Up we go, skip the digger back up. It's birthday bumper time quickly, so happy birthday Eddie Redmayne. I forgot your birthday 3 days running, I'm really sorry, but I'll see you tomorrow at the charity do with Pete. Anyway, Chris Scott, Johnny Knowles, Tristan Mosdale, Kia Fitzgerald, Angus Riddick, I don't know, Luke McConnell, Steph Hocking, Toby Coombs, Rob Evans and Scarlett Kent. Happy birthday to all you guys. The bumper is completely full today. I don't think I can fit many more on, maybe another 2 if that. I hope you're all having a good day, and apologies for those that it isn't your birthday, but you have to enjoy the birthday bumper every day. But it's just one of them things. When it is your birthday, you'll get a mention, hopefully. Don't forget, got the red dye and the blue dye, and we're going to go for a scan in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So we'll get changed, to find out whether we're having a boy or a girl, and then tomorrow we're going to put some water in the bateman and we're going to put some dye in it, and then there's going to be like a reveal of what we're having. So that should be fun to do, and Olivia can get involved with it as well because she's obviously keen to find out whether she's going to get a little brother or a little sister. So don't forget, have a guess. Is it going to be pink water or blue water tomorrow? Thanks to everyone that's been watching today. It's absolutely freezing now. Don't forget, if you're involved in the tractor run, try and watch that bit with the police again, and then just to familiarise yourself about driving in a convoy, because it's very important that we follow them lines and don't cut the motorbikes up. Thanks to everyone that's watching, and thanks to all the new subscribers. Don't forget, if you're a new subscriber, say where you're watching from, and I'll see you all tomorrow.